Okay, so we are going to talk today about this book, Night, that we've been reading, and we're really going to look at the stop and jots that we've been collecting. I've been using little post it notes. You maybe have a different system. And here's the thing about stop and jots, or, just like taking notes, or maybe you're sketching. It's not really that act that is the most important thing. What's really important is that we take moments to go back to our stop and jots to think about them. Because really the stop and jots are a way for us to hold our thinking and not like get bogged down in the moment and keep reading. But then we have to carve out time during the reading process where we can go back and think a little bit about why we wrote something down or what it means to us or what we think we can learn. And so when I think about those stop and jots, I continue to think about like the way that we've been thinking, which is if something strikes us and we learn something from it, or it makes us think about something, or ask a question, or surprises us in some kind of way. And so I'm going to focus on a post-it note or stop and jot from early on in chapter 4, because I don't want to do something that's like farther along and spoils it for you. So I have this post-it note that I'm going to grab and I'm going to stick in my notebook because we're going to write long from a jot. The whole purpose is that we're not going to write about all the things in our jots, but we're going to find like the nuggets, right? And this is a hard chapter. These chapters 4 and 5. There's a lot that happens that's really important, and also like a lot. It was kind of hard for me to read at points. And so this part on page 47, where when they first arrive to the camp and somebody says to Elie Wiesel, to him, "You're lucky, son," smiled Hans. "You've landed in a good unit." And I just thought about the irony of that and how here they are in this terrible situation and how there are even such things as being lucky. And so I'm just going to kind of write long from that jot. And I'm going to borrow some thinking stems. I really like this. I wonder if people really felt lucky. When they got to a good camp. And what does that even mean? In this situation? Okay, so I continued writing and I just paused it so you didn't have to watch me. But I just wrote, I think about how people are so adaptable, even like in the worst situations, and how even in the bleakest of circumstances, people are trying to find hope. I'm also wondering, though, if this quote is maybe a little bit of foreshadowing. And then, like, of course, something awful is about to happen. Like, of course, it's foreshadowing in some kind of way, but it, I don't know, it has like a sense of foreboding, which means, sort of like something doom, some like a sense of doom coming. So, this is what it means to write long from a jot. So go ahead now, look through your own jots and pick one, maybe two, that either are related or not, but that you feel like you could say more about. And do exactly what I did. Go ahead and lift that jot out. If you don't have post-it notes and you're not doing it on a post-it note, maybe you just want to recopy a line or have some kind of like little note to yourself. You could even draw a little squiggly around it to set it apart. And then just give yourself some time to write long from a jot. We're going to ask that you do this with 2 or 3 of your jots and take a picture of your notes and then upload it. If you'd rather type it in a Google Doc, you're certainly welcome to do that too. The purpose of it, though, is that you're holding your thinking and then you're thinking next to it, right? And you're thinking on paper. So while you read, you're completing those jots, and then you're going to stop and you're going to think about your thinking and capture that in some words so that we can see the way our thinking develops over the course of this text. Okay, you might spread it out. In fact, the best stop and jot thinking is when you don't just pick a bunch of stuff that's all clustered right next to each other, because then you kind of only have the same thing to say over and over again. So when I'm going to write my second stop and jot, I'm going to flip forward a couple of pages and find something else that captured my attention. Maybe this part where they stole from the soup, or I'm really interested in how mad he got at his dad when his dad got beat, and how he said, "This is what concentration camp is doing to me." So I can see some relationships here between that thing. Okay, so you guys try it now, and I can't wait to see the smart thinking that you share with me. All right, have a great day.